Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is unlikely to go far in his career, even if his words sound promising. He may love to discuss clever ideas or imagine exciting futures, but he struggles to put in the real effort required. If work gets hard or stressful, he is quick to step back and avoid the challenge.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to quietly step away than to fight back or look for solutions. He doesn't shout or lose his temper, but he avoids dealing with the trouble and prefers not to face problems head on. He finds it hard to stand up for himself or take charge when times get tough.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He usually gets along with people at work because he's very polite and careful not to upset others. He doesn't pick fights or argue. In fact, he often avoids conflict altogether. People may see him as quiet and gentle, but they might not see him as a leader or someone who stands out.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he's not likely to compete with you or feel jealous. He will probably be quietly supportive and might offer kind words when you succeed. You won't find him getting upset or trying to prove himself better than you. Instead, he'll step back and let you shine.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is unlikely to secretly resent you or feel deeply insecure if you earn more than him. He tends to avoid competition and isn't easily bothered by things like money or status between partners. While he won't strongly celebrate your success, he won't hold it against you either.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very focused on careful planning, so sometimes he might forget bills or ignore budgets, spending a bit carelessly now and then. He's not a big spender on flashy things, but he may miss out on keeping track of expenses or managing money well. Calm talks and gentle nudges will go a long way with him.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't see him bragging about money or spending to impress others. While he may not always be careful about saving, he's not wasteful or fake.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is generally polite and tries not to hurt anyone, but he isn't very open handed or especially generous. He will help if asked, but don't expect grand gestures or big surprises. His kindness shows more in soft words and gentle manners than in giving gifts or sharing resources.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not secretive or controlling about money. He prefers to keep things simple and doesn't play games or hide things from you. He avoids drama and power struggles, so you can expect a peaceful approach when money matters come up.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He won't insist that housework is only your job, but he might not step forward to share it unless you remind him. Because he avoids conflict and likes routine, he's likely to go along with whatever you suggest. If you set expectations early and gently guide him, he'll do his part without argument.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is open to helping with chores and diapers, but usually waits for you to ask or guide him rather than stepping in on his own. He doesn't try to supervise or boss you around. Instead, his style is gentle and cooperative, though sometimes passive. If you set clear tasks or gently remind him, he'll quietly pitch in and try his best.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He doesn't argue just to prove he's right. In fact, he usually avoids fights and strong debates. When you share your feelings or worries, he listens quietly and won't talk over you.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays respectful and does not say hurtful things or act aggressive. He is more likely to get quiet and pull away instead of shouting or picking a fight. If you notice him withdrawing, it's his way of handling anger without making a scene.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he's not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He usually stays calm and avoids outbursts, so you won't see quick tempers or sudden explosions from him. This behavior isn't a red flag. He simply prefers peace over fights.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He can say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. He isn't the type to blame you or shift fault onto someone else. You won't find him fighting or making excuses.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He's gentle and polite by nature, so he's careful not to push you or cross lines you set. His way of handling things is soft and faded, so your limits will be honored.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he isn't the kind to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He will likely stay quiet and respect your feelings without sulking or making you feel guilty. If you gently explain your reasons, he'll quietly accept them and won't make it about himself.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He's not the sort to gossip, tease, or use special memories to embarrass you. Even if you disagree or have a fight, he will not use your private life against you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He isn't driven by excitement or the need for attention, so he won't chase after new faces or flirt just for fun. He is comfortable with the person he's with and prefers calm, steady connections over excitement or risk.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he's not overpossessive and is unlikely to act jealous, controlling, or always suspicious. He tends to be calm and gentle, letting you have your space and trusting you without drama. He doesn't try to control what you do or check up on you constantly.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, being protective is not a sign of a controlling personality. He isn't the type to demand where you go, who you meet, or what you do, saying it's for your safety. His caring is quiet and respectful, not bossy or restrictive.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He won't demand that you do all the parenting alone, but he may not take much initiative either. He is willing to help, especially if you guide or ask for support, but you might find yourself leading and managing most tasks. Teamwork can happen if you set clear expectations and encourage him gently.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will stay calm and not lose his temper. He doesn't shout or get angry easily. Instead, he handles problems with quiet patience. The children can feel safe coming to him as he won't create drama or fear at home.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He respects your choices and won't try to control how you balance family and personal life. He doesn't judge or push old fashioned ideas onto you, and he avoids fighting about your plans.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he isn't the kind of man who will support your career now and then ask you to quit once a child comes. He's not controlling or pushy with his opinions, and he respects your choices about work and family. Instead, he quietly lets you decide what's best for you and doesn't hold back hidden expectations.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will act polite and respectful toward your parents, but may not show deep warmth or strong affection. You'll see good manners and calm, gentle behavior. He won't be rude or ignore them. However, his way is mostly about keeping peace rather than building close, loving bonds. He will try to adjust to your family rather than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and quietly. He is not the kind who stirs up trouble or makes problems bigger. Instead, when things get tense, he'll stay out of arguments and avoid angry words.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is not likely to demand that you act like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He tends to avoid making strict rules for you or pushing old fashioned ideas. However, since he's not assertive, he may not stand up for you if someone else criticizes you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will mostly stay out of it rather than jump in or take sides against you. His gentle and quiet nature means he avoids conflicts, especially in family settings. Support will come in private, soft words, comfort, and a listening ear when you're alone.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He isn't strongly a mummy's boy, but he isn't bold about choosing sides either. If there's a conflict with his mother, he'll likely avoid taking a clear stand. Don't expect him to openly challenge his mother, but he won't work against you.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
No, he's very unlikely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He keeps personal matters quiet and prefers not to involve others in your relationship problems. His nature is more reserved and gentle, so he values privacy and avoids gossiping or seeking outside opinions.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with him feels calm, gentle, and mostly steady. He doesn't bring drama, loud fights, or big surprises. Instead, you get quiet support, polite manners, and peace.